Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. We got just a minute or so here before we launch off in tonight's IQ raising events, research, what's trending, top gainers, top losers. We have so much stuff to go over. BTC looking like maybe it's found a bottom and is starting to do something. Is it? I don't know. I can't say for sure. Shout out to Melissa who says, thank you Underground for your consistent dedication. I really appreciate the super chat right off the bat. That's the first one out of 5 for our goal tonight. Well, I think I might have the best supporters around me I possibly can. Everybody looks at how many numbers, but they don't look at the quality, and we have quality here. Shout out to all my crypto family, everybody in the Discord. That Discord was popping and full of conversation today. There is a link to the Discord in the chat if you're watching this later on. And shout out to the whole Underground Crypto family. Let's get right into this in just a minute. And Bankroll in the building, can't leave him out. Who else is here? Is Blues Guy here yet? Nope, Blues Guy's probably got to get off work to get over to the stream. We'll be looking out for him. Where's Camsta? And there's Camsta in the building. Welcome to the channel, Underground Crypto. This is our deep dive research show, although we put out plenty of other videos and things of that nature. How's everybody doing tonight? Man, I'm feeling the energy. I'm excited to be here. I hope you are. We got lots of stuff to go over as always. I see Camsta rolled in. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Bankroll says much needed time away. Sometimes it is, and you know, don't feel bad about that. We will definitely be here for you when you return. But we're always excited when you're here. Miss just chatting and charting in the group with the homies. Yeah, it is an awesome awesome thing to be able to just hang out with people who are like-minded, right? God, that nasty guy is back active. Yeah, I've seen that he's been really active, and I really like that. Of course, anytime I see a lot of involvement going on in the Discord, that definitely makes me happy, makes me feel like I'm doing something to bring people together in crypto, which is the beginning of the goal. Got to bring everybody together before you can actually raise any crypto IQs. And I learned from everybody else as well. I've learned a lot from Bankroll. I've learned a lot from Blues Guy. I learned a lot from Melissa. She's always posting new projects and stuff in there. So this is not just about me. This is about us. Crypto family, I say. All right, so we are at our 1 through 100 crypto bubbles. And again, shout out to Melissa for the super chat. Got a super chat before my face was even on the live on the screen, and that is a great feeling to kick off the night. So River 40%, man, this River thing just seems to be well liked and very popular. 933 million in market cap. We got to keep this thing in mind. It seems to be you know, just trending over and over again. Axie Infinity with another 20% pump. What is up with that? I miss him too, El Cheeto. I reached out to El Cheeto. I haven't heard back from him. I love those custom emojis, Melissa. Thank you very much for throwing those in. I've been learning a ton. That's what I want to hear. We had some really good streams, you know. Bankroll, just throwing it out there. Maybe look at some of the last 2 streams we did. Just skip right to the IQ raising event. They're not very long. They're probably like 10 minutes or something like that. And yeah, I think that you will see how this all follows up, and it's who really runs crypto. And tonight we're going into wallets, right? We went into who really runs crypto. Then we got a little bit more niche about who really runs the infrastructure of crypto. And then now we're talking about wallets and their relation to that whole thing. Anyways, Axie Infinity with a 21.4% pump. Rain, a prediction market coin here, 6.3 pump. That's not really all that big. Canton Network getting a little bounce back, 14.8%. Again, it seems like BTC is willing to play ball. We're going to get to that in just a second. MYX, not my favorite, but it's getting a pump, 12.9%, and lighter, 7.2%. I think it's needed that. It's been a little bit down in the dumps, which is always interesting with some of these new coins that were heavily anticipated to come out. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Drop down another 100, and we have the Seeker. Now, this thing just boomed like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago or something like that. So very interesting here. Yeah, it was, very recently, since like 6 o'clock. Anyways, this is Seeker. We talked about it. We told you about it. I'm not going to say I called it because I don't really make calls, but we talk about things. Now, I did say that I wasn't in love with the project. Watch out. What was the one that like rug pulled the other night? Was that US Oil or whatever? I want to take a look at that tonight because I didn't really look at the chart. Said, I'm bullish on Solana products, of course. Okay, and ArtCoin. Yep, Melissa, you brought that up. We're definitely going to take a look at it. If I don't get to it right away and it looks like we're getting off track, just say it again. You won't hurt my feelings. Nothing wrong with that. I'm bullish on Sol too. I think overall Solana is great, and I think that, some of their products may take a little time to catch on, but hopefully do well. Uproar. Okay, is that another one? All right, thank you very well. Let's see, we got Pippin up 29%. Let me focus on what I'm doing. Frax, which is like a USD stablecoin or something of that nature. It's the legacy Frax dollar, but it's not pinned to a dollar, so I don't know how to take that necessarily. We have Telcoin pumping 25%. Rose, we covered quite a bit yesterday, up another 23%. And Seeker, of course, we went over. Pendle 11.9%. Let's drop down another 100 here. We have Alchemy AI, Safe, Frax again, and this Space and Time coin, which I'm not familiar with. We'll have to take a look at that thing. Ronin is connected to Axie Infinity. That's the main wallet over there. We played some Axie Infinity on our DeFi gaming. I can't wait for Friday to get into some more of that on stream. We got Xano, Mina, which I own a little bit of Mina. It's more than a little bit, but it's a couple $100 worth. For sure. I hope that it's back to all-time high. At one point, my Mina was worth like $900, and it fell greatly, as you can see, over the last couple years. This Iris back on the radar here. Very interesting. We never could get that thing to work. CLO or Yi Finance, we've looked at several times. So a lot of things on the burner. Altcoins waking up. There were plenty of altcoins that got hurt a lot, right? But there were also some altcoins that really held up beautifully. It wasn't your big ones, right? It wasn't like, I don't want to call XRP an altcoin, but it wasn't Dogecoin, that's for sure. And it wasn't Cardano and stuff like that. It was some of the smaller coins seemed to not be affected. Like Axie Infinity seemed to be totally unaffected by the dump, right? What do we got going on here? Seeker, yep. Seeker Solana Mobile, yep. We covered that yesterday. I'm bullish on Solana products, yep. There we go. Sorry I'm late. What's up, Plague Dogs? You're not late. We're just kicking off here. So anyways, let's start with Bitcoin at $89,883. Still down 7.3%. And from here, what we've been doing is just kicking over to TradingView just for BTC. We can look at other things a little bit later. I'm constantly changing the flow and the structure to be best suited for the viewing needs of the channel. At least that's how I feel. It's what I think I'm doing. Hopefully I'm doing a good job. If you can't tell, I'm full of energy tonight, and that is a combination of a little bit of coffee, but mostly the fact that I am in a fast, and I love fasting, man. I feel great. Today is day 2, kind of coming to the end of day 2 here for me. And yeah, I just got to tell you, man, fasting is amazing. If you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling like you really could use a boost, don't eat anything for a few days and you will feel great. Now, here we are. I see a cup and handle with a big handle. You could call it a cup and handle. See, we're real zoomed in. We're on the 3 minute, right? Let's go look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute still chilling above the 200, although it's kind of threatening to do something. Now, you will see that our moving averages are tight, like very tight. And I have the 200 and the 21 very much emboldened, real thick lines. But the other ones not so much because I don't use those as much. One thing I wish I was a little bit better at, bankroll, maybe you could school me on this. It's a little bit more the interaction of the 50 and the 100. I've really focused in on the 21 and the 200. And when I was focusing on that, I didn't want to get lost in too much extra noise, right? So I just really focused on the strat that the lifer talks about all the time. And that's where I've been. And now that I've kind of, I wouldn't say I mastered it, but now that I have got a good grip on it, I would say it's maybe time to dig deeper into that 50 and the 100. So there you go. We have this little bit of flag above the 200. The 21 is a little higher than it, but that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. We have tight moving averages. That usually means a pretty good move in one direction or the other. What day is it today? It is Wednesday, so there still should be good liquidity. As Lifer said, today is really the first day after the banking holiday on Monday that liquidity is really back in the market. But will it be short-lived? Will it bleed over into the weekend when it's normally not? I don't know. But I'm just glad that it's back because BTC dumping was getting old. It was getting really old. I was getting very tired of watching it dump, and it dumped a lot. Like, let's go to the 4-hour, right? And you dumped, right, from 97.9, call it 98,000 to 80, 7.5. So more than $10,000 it dumped in what? Since Thursday the 15th to Tuesday. I mean, come on. Nothing but dump. Yeah, I gotta say that I'm glad to see that we've stopped dumping. Now let's pull a Fibonacci here. Somebody asked me about the Fibonacci. Hopefully you're in here. I pulled from the pulse. That's what I've always been taught. That's what I know. Can't quite get the top of that because of the chart. All right, and if you look here, I got that pulled, and you'll see that we're all in the 786 right now. We did go lower, but we didn't break this zero line. I mean, we wicked. Oh man, what did I do? I love the undo button because I can fix whatever I messed up really quickly. Look at that zero line where I pulled that from. I mean, look at that. And you got to imagine I pulled from a way over price action to the left or right, depending on your screen. And it just happened to perfectly bounce off that zero line, which means like almost 100% fear. And if you didn't feel, I don't want to say if you didn't feel fear. I wasn't fearful. I've been in BTC too long. Hopefully you have too. But like if you didn't understand at least that the market was extremely fearful as we were dumping, then you need to probably realize when we dumped 10,000 in a matter of, less than a week, people scared. There's a reason. It's said many times over that these charts are a measurement of emotion, right? They're not just measuring price. Price is influenced by the emotion of the people buying and selling. If that emotion goes drastically to one side or the other, fear and greed, then you're going to see the price action respond. I do very much feel like things like news are used as excuses for big players to make big moves that normally people would be outraged about. But if they have a good cover story, if they can blame Trump over it, then they can make huge moves, take all your money, and nobody really bats an eye at them. So keep that in mind. I think that is a good thing to say. Said I fast all the time, not on purpose though. Yeah, when I used to run my own company locally here, I would be fasting all the time. There were days I wouldn't eat anything, and I don't even remember why. It's just because I was so busy. Anyways, I feel you on that. I want to show you how Green makes his flags. Okay, it's really cool. I would love to see that. Dude is super smart. Well, he is more than welcome in this community. He made his own indicator. Nice. Well, that's really awesome. He's been giving me a lot of clarity that markets not only up. Okay, he's counter trades delusional bulls like me, and it works really good for him. Hey, that's good. He's found his sauce. Check it out in the Discord, show the model. Okay, I will. 6, 7, 8 touches everywhere once you see it. I really think you'll like it, Underground, and yeah, so right, Underground. All right, cool. Well, welcome in everybody who's hopping in. Smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed, and there's a free Discord for any time that we're not streaming. It is linked in the chat. Go check that out. So we were just going over BTC here. I just went into the big time frames because I just wanted to show how much we had fallen recently, over $10,000 in like less than a week. That was a lot of fear. We came down to the bigger on like the 1 hour or the 4 hour range of the Fibonacci to the 786, even lower, but we bounced really well at that 786. So hopefully this is over. We had a CME gap at 88,200. Seems like we have filled that. And so are we going to flip to the other side? Because doesn't it feel like it's the bears' turn to get rocked, right? The bulls have been rocked here sufficiently. That's how I feel. Anyways, you'll see this 200. Again, like you were talking about, once you see a certain level and stuff, you can't unsee it. This 200, we all know to be critical. You'll see that there was first here you got rejected, got rejected, got rejected. But what I will say is you keep knocking on the door and eventually you usually do enter. So hopefully we get to enter here. And if you look at this on a bigger stretch, let's pull our measured move from our cup and handle. That puts us to what, 93,490, call it 93,500 by something like Thursday the 22nd. It is interesting sometimes how these measured moves, the angles that they're at, whether they're sharply up or really elongated over, like, sometimes they're like this. Well, it's interesting the time frames that they give you, because it says something like this 22nd, which could be tomorrow, which would make a lot of sense on a 15-minute chart. Anyways, that's kind of my breakdown, what I'm thinking here for BTC, and I just wanted to share that with everybody. I did see this. I saw you guys talking about it. He's calling them the devil horns. I know them as cat ears. Doesn't matter what you call them, but remember that this is still a head and shoulders pattern as far as I know, from the way that I look at it. All right, let's do our price rundown here. Let me port you guys back over so you can see what I'm looking at. And where are we at? I have so many things up, it can get really confusing. All right, so you should be seeing what I'm seeing here. So smart money shows you the move that's coming before it comes. Barely, but the signs are there. Yep, they follow patterns for sure. Next week, FOMC and Trump Supreme Court ruling. BTC is being boring right now. Well, I hope it's all positive stuff. Could that be the catalyst to get us quickly back up? Because again, they always love a news. Did they maybe know that was coming, and they knew that was probably going to pump markets positive, if we get positive news from those things? And so did they want to flush all the liquidity real quick? Because you got to think, if everybody kind of knows that we're going up because we were pumping really hard, so they jump in and then we go up way more, those people have to pay out money, right? And so they don't want to pay you any money. They want to flush you out so that you're not a part of the move. Smart money never wants you to come with them. They want to take more advantage of your FOMO. And 10-minute movement should come. Yeah, there you go. Bro, if both of those happen, oh yeah, we getting up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think that they are. There was a lot of people within the administration, Trump's White House, that were talking about they don't foresee any reason why the Supreme Court wouldn't uphold the tariffs, because it's a critical part of his entire plan. You know what I mean? We'll see though. We'll see. I'm not going to say it's 100% in the bag. So BTC again, 89,883. I should refresh that because I doubt it's that. So we just claimed 90,000. I love that. And I get to say, look, BTC over 90,000, Ethereum over 3,000. There you go. So ETH is regained its level, BTC regaining those psychological levels that I talk about a lot. BNB, I like to see it over 900, but I'll take 890, right? Still down 5.5% on the week, the last 7 days. XRP, $1.96. Fell a little bit under the $2 range that I like to see it at, but it's right there. All of these are really above or knocking at the door of where I'd like to see them. Solana, I'd like to see at more like 140, 145, but it's 129. Call it 130, $129.95. That's 130 in my book, down 11.4%. Pay attention to the 7-day here as we go down. You'll see what everything is down, and then look at your 24-hour and see that things are definitely getting a bounce. But it takes almost nothing for BTC to absolutely ruin all of this for all of us. Now, one thing I do want to pull up in the background right here would be book maps. I'm glad that I finally got it back onto this computer. All right, so Tron, 29 cents. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. Dogecoin, which I do have a good bit of from the last cycle. I bought Dogecoin at 0.002 on a whim. No idea what I was doing, and it started my crypto journey. It doesn't take much, but a little glimpse of a hardcore pump to get you very much bullish about crypto and interested. Unfortunately, some people then just want quick money and they go run into meme coins and they skip the education and they get wrecked most of the time and taken advantage of because they were lazy. Let's be honest. They were too lazy to educate themselves in a space. Anyways, enough of that. 12 cents. high 12 cents, 12.5 cents for Dogecoin. I'd like to see that go higher. Cardano, 36 cents, 11.6% in the last 7 days, down, negative that would be. Monero, 525. It's getting a little bit of a jump, but it is down 26.2%. Remember, this thing was up at like, what, 750, somewhere in that region? It is a little hard to memorize every single thing all the time. Let's see, where are we at? In my opinion, me either, and his little check was him playing ball so the people don't vote against the tariffs. Okay, yeah, I mean, it got everybody super bullish and gave people a reason to care about the tariffs, and that was just well played, I think, in his book. Trump plays the long game, in my opinion. Yes, that's why I think he's been so proficient at I don't know, winning, whatever you want to call it, is because he plays a much longer game than everybody. Said, evening, everyone. Ice hockey again tonight. Deep diver. I need to make money. Well, shout out, Grandma. You're in the right place. Help manage that portfolio. No, I'm kidding. Never financial advice. I won't do that, but that is my grandmother. Okay, Chainlink, $12.50, 11.4% on the 7-day. XLM, 21 cents, down 8.3% in the last 7 days. Zcash, $354, down 20%. SWI, $1.53, down 17.4%. I have a little bit of that. I hate to see when it's down. Canton Network getting a little bit of a pump today. It's one of the green outliers, so I would say pay attention to the coins. We're going to do a rundown just to where we normally go here in a minute, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So 15 cents, 0.149, let's call that 15 cents. Avalanche, $12.55, down 14.1%. Boy, do I feel like I'm talking at a million miles an hour. Does anybody feel like I need to slow down when I'm talking? I don't know if I can. I got the energy pumping. Where is Blues Guy? Blues Guy, my man, I know he'll be here. He must be headed in. I'm always paying attention for who's here and who's not. So Hyperliquid, $21.99, $22, down 15.3%. HBAR, 11 cents, down 9.9%. And from there, we usually just go see where Flare's at. I could read every single one of these. I don't think you guys want me to do that. We're just paying attention to the top coins because it's an indication of the way that the market is moving. So Flare coin, 106. It moved up too. That's what I like to see. Let's bounce over to the what is trending. Hype is on my main watch list. Okay. Yeah, Hype is down quite a bit overall, and so still a strong coin in my opinion. It might have some nice bounces. Seeker just taken off. What has it got in market cap? 155.4 million in market cap. Do people know something that we don't know? Very interesting. Axie Infinity again still up 129.5% in the last 7 days and is still running. A lot of people don't know because we went to Axie Infinity on our DeFi gaming. See, everything compounds, everything pays off. So when we went to Axie Infinity, downloaded it, played it a little bit, did a little bit of ChatGPT research because they have several different games now, trying to figure out like where can you still make any money at all on this. And it's with the Origin, the original one, not the original. It was like the next iteration there. It's called Origin. Anyways, they're putting out a new game, right? They have a new product. I'm sure it'll be mobile and all this stuff. Will it have the money making features in it? I don't know. Are they just going to use their franchise and their, branding and stuff like that to really push a game, have like in-game purchases, and they'll make a bunch of money? I don't know. But hopefully it has some GameFi aspect to it. Otherwise, it really crushes the whole DeFi gaming narrative that they're known for. Lighter, Pudgy Penguins, ETH Gas, or Gwei. I don't think I've ever seen that trending. I don't know if did somebody make a coin about that? We'll check that out. River, again, on the radar. River we've gone over many times since I believe it came out, but we'll check that out. Canton, Bitcoin, Hyperliquid. Bankroll says he's got it on the radar. So we have My Network, ticker FHE, and you wonder, why is it FHE when that doesn't really go with anything? That's fully homomorphic encryption. I'm starting to see this chatter about homomorphic encryption pop up a lot. What does that mean? It's probably a time for another part of the show, but we do love to raise that crypto IQ. And one thing I pay attention to is the language in a lot of these websites, maybe white papers or Twitter, stuff like that. When you see a shift, like when I saw a shift from like optimistic rollup, optimistic proofs to like ZK. Zero knowledge proofs, zero knowledge roll-ups. I knew that we were shifting and going in a different direction there. We were evolving in the blockchain technology. Solana, Tether Gold, Ronin, which goes hand in hand. That's a wallet that's used for Axie Infinity. So, of course, that's going to pump Monero and Avalanche. So what is really worth going over here? First, we got to take a look at Seeker because it is just pumping like crazy. Really cool stuff. Lots of ZBC and Flare holders interacting together. I have been noticing. Hey, that works well because we put out videos on both and we have both going on in the community. You're very much into ZBCN, and then Blues Guy is very much into Flare, and that just really works out. Oh snap, the teachers just took attendance and Blues is late. He has to stay after the stream now. Exactly. That's hilarious. Oh, there he is. Not your keys, not your crypto in the house. Underground, my man. Thank you for the super chat. That's 2 to our goal of 5. I gotta hype that up because, well, nah, I'm just messing with you guys. Of course, it is great to make some money on YouTube, but everybody doesn't want to admit that they want to make some money. Is it about the money? No. I've been over that many times. I did this for over like a year and 8 months before I ever made a penny. So it's not about the money. But thank you for the super chat. A toonie and some cents to boot. Hey, there you go. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's why I think it's cool. There you go. So let's talk about Seeker for a minute, just because it is booming and it is related to Solana, of course. 158.2 million in market cap. We have an infinite max supply. Don't love that, but I don't know how much it's relevant. So we have this Seeker coin. Is this the coin that is used in the actual phone or something? Like, why do we have why does Seeker exist? Like, Solana, is that the company that they have where they sell the phones out? Or we need to do a little bit of research here. Infrastructure is what they're given as a title. Let's go see what attention they have over on Twitter. It's very important. I'm willing to bet they have some attention, and they do. 378.5 thousand followers. We went over it yesterday. Doesn't mean I remember all the numbers. Seeker, a definitive crypto mobile device. Seek and you will find. Pin post 2 hours ago has 34,000 impressions. That's pretty good for 2 hours. I like that. 2 hours ago, same post. That's cracking. Repost. Okay, they must have put some news out here. Let's see what that pin post was about. Over 49% of seekers who claimed Seeker are staking to earn rewards. What are you waiting for? Stake now on web and in Seed Vault wallets powered by Solflare. So here's my thought. It seems like they airdropped a bunch of these, people who have Seeker phones, the Seeker coin. Okay. They're saying that over 50% of them are actually staking them for rewards. That's cool. But at one point, I could foresee a lot of people selling this. So there might be a bit of a sell-off thing at some point. We'll have to see. If they're staking it, they might be locked up for a while. So that sell-off might come much later. Let's go take a look at the website. Yeah, mention my name and I appear. That's why I mention it, because I'm like, where you at? All right, King of Flare in the building. Solana Mobile, Trade King. Yeah, I'm almost fully back, Blues. I checked out Luminite Wallet and Spectra. Not sure if I will do anything with it yet. Too in love with SparkDex. Yeah, SparkDex is awesome. I wish that I could use the perpetual DEX on there a little easier. I probably could with the VPN though. Took a few days off the chart. Were consuming me. Yeah, sometimes you got to get a little reset, especially if you take a hard loss. I highly encourage people take a few days off. Take a week off if it's a big loss. Just my opinion. It's what I do. It's not financial advice or really advice at all. That's just what I do. I take a good week off and stuff like that. Just otherwise, I'm going to revenge trade and be salty. Seeker, the definitive Web3 mobile device. It's a phone. If you didn't catch that, you got developers, users, and Seeker powers the ecosystem. Seeker Flywheel align builders, users, and manufacturers across an open mobile ecosystem. Although, a lot of people only see Androids and Apple, I would like to see a third party. Some people have talked about Elon Musk or Tesla or one of them doing a phone. He says he's not. I'm pretty sure he is working on a phone. But it's good to just see somebody else come in the market. But here's the question. Are these just going to be Androids rebranded in some form or fashion? That's what I want to know. I mean, and that's operating system, so that's not really to judge the phone so hardcore because they're going to have to use an operating system, but I would like to see a third party rewrite their own operating system. That'd be really cool. More option, right? More competitiveness, better for consumers. The native asset of Solana mobile ecosystem is Seeker. I wish I knew a little bit more how many like phones they sold and stuff like that. Let's go check that out real quick. So the crypto project Solana has a mobile device, a mobile phone called Seeker. Can you tell me, as up to date as possible, how many phones they have sold so far? I feel like that was like a math question. You know what I mean? Like you would read in math class. All right, 150,000 units sold, pre-ordered and shipped. Multiple reliable reports say Solana Mobile pre-sold. So these are pre-sold 50,000 Seeker phones. That's cool. Figures are based off of whatever they came up with. Solana Mobile first phone, the Solana Saga, sold 20,000 units overall. So the first one, I guess, was the Saga. So 20,000, 150,000 is not that many, but it's something, right? As early as 2026, publicly reported figures indicate that around 150,000. So, okay, there you go. Have been sold or shipped. And apparently a lot of those were pre-orders. That is good to know. We're always trying to dig into the details here. Let's see. Oh man. It took a few days off Trucker Zoo. Oh yeah, I lost about 2,200 to 2,300 in 2 days. OP, yeah. Sorry to hear that, man, but you bounce back, you're here. That's how this industry works. A lot of up, a lot of down. Yikes. Tough one, man. Bouncing back strong. Had to leave the office for a few days. Totally respectable. Hopefully you'll make it back and more. Exactly. Hopefully you learned, right? That's what it is. Whatever you did, hopefully you learned how you over-risked yourself in those positions. And we're always sometimes relearning that. It's profit, so it ain't a thing. Yep, playing with house money is good. Oh yeah, back to engine trading, not turbo trading. There you go. Find a model and stick with it until it becomes boring. Lifer always talks about until you're like a bot. So Lighter, he was in Lighter, ZKP, and Pepe. Yeah, there you go. Just show us where on the bear it happened, bankroll, if you get that. All right, so what is there really to talk about here? Definitive Web3 mobile devices. I think this will empower maybe some Solana gaming in the Solana ecosystem. As somebody who loves DeFi gaming, that would make me really happy to see things but they're going to be built for mobile. As long as I can get them on my Apple device, I will be happy about it. So we've readily told you what Seeker is. There's Panzer Dogs. Don't look at it. We're not ready. All right. So let's go back. We've talked about what Seeker is, so you know. It is the coin that runs the mobile economy of the Seeker phone, the Solana phone. Why won't this thing go back no matter how many times I click it? Go back already. And it's going to take me way back. I don't know what it is when I'm streaming it. It never wants to go back. And Seeker is now available on Coinbase. I just got the notification. Of course it is. They saw that thing pump and they said, hey, we want to sell some of that. We want to make some money off of people buying that. All right. Oh, yeah. I was very accountable and didn't blame the market. Very smart move, man. It was the same night Trump said he was going to bomb Iran. Yeah, exactly. The dip keep dipping and it kept adding. Yeah, that'll get you caught up. I was in a trade also, and I'm still in a trade. Matter of fact, I will show it real quick because it's always a learning lesson. Oh man, they logged me out again. Okay. I was logged in like 5 minutes ago. How'd they log me out? Anyways, you'll see I'm in a trade. I am down $371. There is only $100 actually in this trade, but I added to margin like $726 to get my liquidation price down to 81,521, and you bet I will add more because this is actually more of an experiment that I'm doing with margin, right? So I do, of course, want us to go back up. I want to get the heck out of this, but instead of adding to my position and really hurting myself, I only added to margin. I did it in steps. I didn't just add all that money at once. I added until I was down to like 87,000 in liquidation. And then we went down, we dipped under like 89 or 80, 88. And I was like, crap, let me add more. Cause I know from experience, this is why it's always learning, that those crazy wicks can get you. I mean, we wicked $2,000. Luckily, I had already moved my liquidation. Otherwise, I might have got liquidated, or it would have been razor thin. It would have been super close. Anyways, this is just the life in trading. Now, I had taken like 3, maybe even 4 months off of trading. So I did make a couple stupid mistakes that I now am a little bit more back to being aware of. You're always learning and relearning, and it is what it is. Maybe I'm not that fantastic of a trader. Maybe I'll get out of this and even become profitable. Maybe I won't. I got to get back to like 97,000. So keep that in mind. And I probably should have just let myself lose the $100, but then I wouldn't be trading anymore. So I'm almost glad that I didn't do it. Sometimes when there's a will, there's a way. But if I would have put like $500 in the trade to start with, I don't know if I would have had enough money to protect myself, and I would have been going in way too deep for that. Anyways, moving on, let's get back to where we were. I just wanted to talk about that and let everybody know that when we have those dips, a lot of people get covered up. What would have been best overall is if I would have had a very tight stop loss on it. Matter of fact, when it happened, I had no stop loss on. I didn't realize it, but I didn't. And so I would have been cool with getting, stopped out for 20, 30 bucks, call it a day. I would have got back in at many other times. I would have shorted. I would have made a lot of money. In respective to what I was trading with, but I didn't do that. So I have to take full accountability and not blame the market. I have to know that the market maker is out for me and everybody for that. Said I slept like 2 hours in 2 days just watching my trades bleed and bleed. Yeah, that'll get exhausting and really make you feel terrible, man. Good thing you stepped away for a while, get some sleep and refuel on some good food. Sounds like living hell, man. Yeah. But when it doesn't, it hurts so bad. But BTC is not too hard in my opinion. And a lot of times that's why I stay away from a lot of those alts and I only trade BTC really. All right, let's talk about my network. Fully homomorphic encryption. Does that make your head hurt? 39 million in market cap, 1 billion max supply, 249 million circulating supply. Let's see, are we on the max chart? We are. April 9th, 2025, it came out at around 3 pennies. It is ran up to being worth, see if I can grab that top, 22 cents at one point, and we pulled back since there. Now, why are people bullish on this? Let's see if we can figure that out. Yeah, I didn't mean to click that. All right. So artificial intelligence, layer 2 smart contract. So if it's a layer 2, who's it a layer 2 for? Ethereum and BNB smart contract. I'm going to say it's probably a layer 2 for both, or Ethereum for sure. Said it got to the point where I was like, man, I've been on the chart so long, they owe me money. Yeah, I felt like that before. The confidential payment infrastructure for AI agentic economies, or agent economies, same thing. So X402Z, confidential A-to-A payment solution. All right, so what did we learn? We learned that 402 protocol is an old protocol in the, HTTP, I want to say ecosystem, but that's not the right thing. HTTP code that would come before your www. whatever. And so this has actually been around, I believe, since like the 90s. I think it was 1993 that 402 protocol. I don't think it's called X402. I think that's what we're calling it, because we're taking an old protocol in the internet and reusing it for a new solution. So it seems new, but it's not actually new. We're just using it in a new way. Anyways, autonomous payment. I think this is autonomous to autonomous. Instant micropayment for compute, data, API access, optimized for machine speed. Man, I am on one right now. I'm talking way too fast, but life is good. Exactly. Got to remember what is really important. It's just money. I have to tell myself that all the time when I get a little bit hit. Or even when I make some money, it's just money. So if I remember correctly, when it comes to this X402, it's really good about only paying what you need to pay. Like if you were gonna, you know how you get a subscription and say you pay $30 a month. Well, with X402 and stuff, they could set it up in a way where you literally just pay for what you use. So if I hopped on Spotify for an hour and listened to, 20 songs, whatever it was, I could just like pay for just that. With a wallet, I could have a wallet set up with money in it, and then I hop on whatever. It could be streaming of any kind, and it could just charge me in real time for what I actually use. And you might find that you actually pay a lot less. Now, will they want to do that? Probably not. That would hurt. That would really hurt their all right, what is this? Create and authorize a wallet. No, I'm good on that. Anyways, fully homomorphic encryption really comes into all of this. Of course, I'm sure a lot of other very technical stuff does as well. Get test asset, deposit to agent. So it seems like they're actually still in a test net We could probably spend a lot of time just on this project. We'll kind of keep this on the burner for if they continue to be relevant. That's what I tend to do for sure. The more relevant they stay, the more we dive deep into a project, because I want to see them have some staying power, and I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time, but we have to do our due diligence. This is Hey Elsa. Hey Elsa was something that was kind of new on my radar the other day. It's funny, they called it Hey Elsa on Crypto Rank. Here they're just calling it Elsa, but it has the same symbol there. So 10 cents, January 20th max chart. 31.7 million market cap, a billion max supplies, only 228.9 million in circulating supply. That's the number that really matters. You divide the market cap out of the circulating supply and you get the price per unit. This is tokenomics 101. If you don't understand tokenomics at all, throw a 111 in the chat and we'll try to help you a little bit. Join the Discord. It's a free Discord and it's in the chat, and we could help you understand that. I think as a speculator, investor, never financial advice. Personally, I believe that tokenomics is very important before you hop in a coin. It would have saved me a lot of heartache if I knew that earlier. Base contract, so this thing is very base specific, base ecosystem, a layer 2 on Ethereum. And we have artificial intelligence, agentic AI agent, agentic networks, X402 ecosystem. This X402 thing, I want to say I told you so, because I don't like when people do that, but I will say that I did talk about how the X402 narrative is very useful, like what it actually does, the tech, the part that people are not usually so excited about. I get excited about, but that's because I'm always raising my crypto IQ, so maybe I just understand it a little better than most people at first glance. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I know that it was going to come back because it's a strong narrative and it solves a strong problem. Will this thing go away? Go away. What is this? Okay, it's actually in the photo. They got me good on that one. I thought it was a pop-up. Anyways, your AI crypto pilot. Elsa helps you discover opportunities, execute trades, and manage your portfolio through simple conversations. No dashboard to learn, no complex workflows. Just tell Elsa what you want to do. She takes care of the rest. I thought this thing was really cool. Now, don't know what they're going to want to charge you to use it or any of that. I totally understand why they would be using X402, and that's what I was beginning to talk about when it comes to the tech. X402 is really good for micropayments. I don't know what's considered a micropayment, like how big do you get before it's not a micropayment. From my understanding, it can handle payments all around, but it's good at little payments and stuff. So if you wanted to have a ChatGPT type thing that was also an AI agent that you could talk to, that would give you advice but also implement at the same time, we could have a conversation in it about a best trading strategy, and then I could say, okay, here's $50. I want you to implement this strategy in real time and keep it rolling. Well, that's Elsa for you. And I knew somebody was going to do this because it just made sense. One of the things that we've talked about a lot, and this is where the IQ raising events really come in clutch, and I kind of beg you to pay attention as best you can because it'll compound over time and you'll understand things a lot, is that wherever there is a major problem, a pain point, when somebody comes in and solves that, they have staying power. It doesn't matter if they're in traditional markets or in crypto. This is across the board for any business or product in general. They have the staying power to then stay long term because they solve a problem. And the only way that they become completely irrelevant, right, is if that problem goes away. So let's talk about XRP. I use that as an example. Cross-border payments around the world are still extremely expensive. Now, is XRP the one to completely ratify that? I don't know. I'm not going to say that they are or they aren't, because they could be, they could not be. But when the problem is still there, it's still expensive, then they still have a use case, they still have relevance. That's why they come back cycle after cycle after cycle. As a speculator, I talk about how raising the crypto IQ is just a way for learning and educating yourself, but I like the way that I branded it, is a good way to become a better speculator, because when you see 2, 3, 4, 5 projects and you're comparing them and you want to put money into 1 or 2 of them, which ones solve the biggest problem? Which ones do the best job at solving the problem? Not the promises, the product. Not the promises, the product. So when I go to somewhere and they say, hey, we have this amazing thing like this right now, we're about to click the launch app in a minute and you're going to see this in real time. Do they have a product? Does it work? Can I sign up for this right now and use this product? That's what I want to know. So let's go ahead and launch the app and see what happens. I know I'm talking at a million miles an hour, but hey, I really want everybody to kind of grab a hold of what I got going and run with it. I got liquidated, so I did a liquidation sell on all my products. Yep, there you go. Made a gang of money and bought some rims for the whip to make me feel better right now. There you go. Sometimes that's what you got to do. This always sketches me out. I hate having to do that. All right, so we're in. What can we do? What can we do? Anything I remember, AI, don't judge. All right, let's say. Oh, so you do have to. Okay, you got to sign in some form or fashion. And I don't know what they charge. I'm really interested in this. We're going to keep this thing on the burner. So I've explained to you what ELSA is. Think ChatGPT combined with a AI agent, right? That has the capability, X402 protocol, micropayments or payments in general. That's what this thing is, right? So we're going to come back to that because I really want to play around with this thing. This thing could be really cool. If I could say, hey, do you understand the 21-day and the 200-day moving average? And I want you to buy every single time a bull flag or any kind of bullish pattern is made above the, whatever. Could be the 15-minute, 200, whatever. And if it can figure that out and actually implement that, oh, dude, that's golden. Think of like a trading bot that you can actually talk to in real time. You can adjust its movements. You can adjust the things it's doing. And you could probably implement it for a lot of other things besides trading. I think arbitrage and stuff like that would be really cool. Because, bots do things lickety split. So if I saw an arbitrage, say XRP, what's it at right now? Like $1.96. So if XRP is $1.96 on Coinbase and it's $2 on Binance, if I can set that bot to just keep buying $200-$300 at a time and going over there and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling, XRP's fees for moving money are extremely low. What does that do? Well, that's an arbitrage movement where I'm making more than what I'm spending and what I'm doing. And how fast could I have it do that over and over and over again until they basically are going to shut me down maybe at some point, or the prices change? Very cool stuff. Says launch. Yeah, absolutely. I will mess with that a little later on. Okay, Fear and Greed Index is at 20. Let's take a look at it. The chart for the Fear and Greed Index was not working the other day, and that was kind of bumming me out. There we go. We're back to normal. I want to see this thing on the 7-day. Okay, the 7-day is not very exciting. Let's go back to the month. We're at 20. We're in the red. They've pulled us back. We were as high as 61 7 days ago. There you go. And so maybe this thing is not averaging. I think this is actually just what it was 7 days ago. Been trying to figure that out. You'll see this very green day we had here where we at 61. And yeah, there you go. It hasn't really been anything that exciting since. It's been nothing but down. We went into greed, right? 61 would be in greed. So we got greedy, and then they shocked us, shocked the market for all the greed. Greed equals for them a lot of money to take off the table, and so does fear. Fear is usually them taking the money off the table. Donut. What the heck is Donut? I don't know anything about Donut. Then we have this Lagrange Labs, Certic, Swarm Network. We've been over a lot of these. What is this? QORPO World. All right. We have Coinbase, Paxi Network. We've got a lot of things on the radar to go over here. It's going to take a hot minute to do, but I think it'll be well worth it. Fogo we've talked about is new on the radar. Owl, we even showed a trade for Owl, and I should, when we get to Owl, I will pull it up and you'll see where we're at on that 4-hour chart for Owl. Hey Elsa, I told you they call it Hey Elsa over here and not just Elsa. And it's kind of like Hey Siri or Hey Alexa or whatever, If they implemented this thing in blockchain like ChatGPT, like a trading bot, you could talk like everything I just said, and then it had like a physical device that you could just say, hey this, hey that, or it ran on your phone. That would be so clutch. That would be really cool. The implementation of some of this tech gets really exciting in my opinion, but it's got to be done right and at the right time. You're too early and the market rejects you. So we went over this ACU, and then we have Conex and Bitway. Boy, do we have a lot of stuff to go over here. Let's hop right into it. Let's talk about Donut. Just got an alert. Man, I need to drink some water. All right. Shout out to Blues Guy, who's bullied me into making sure I don't drink out of plastic. I got the glass cup today because I did confirm my wife threw away all my copper cups. So CoinKerbot is token bot. It's the one with 1 million max supply. Is now trading at $30.50, but it's down 15.38%. Of course, that thing did totally get crushed, as most things did. Anyways, let's get back to this chat. All right, so Donut. What the heck is Donut? It's a web browser designed to work with blockchain-based applications and service. So it looks like it's a web browser that's very specifically designed for blockchain and blockchain applications. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, I think Google Chrome has done a pretty good job. A lot of things work well in it. They've raised $22 million. Let's see who's their top. Hack VC. That's their top here. Let's go over to their Twitter and see how much attention they have. It says there's potential for an airdrop. This account doesn't exist. Well, that's awesome. Try to search for another. I really don't want to. I just wanted to see that one. Let's go to their website. So, donutbrowser.ai, the only agentic crypto browser built for the next era of trading, designed for perceived markets, reasons like quant, and act instantly. Reasons like quant, like it thinks like quantum computing and acts instantly. This is really cool, but this is another great example of show me. Show me. Join the waitlist. I don't want to join the waitlist. I want to download the product and I want to use it. That's what it is. And so this thing will definitely be on my radar, but I probably will not get excited or care too much about it until they have a working product. Tell me, does Jelly Jelly have a working product yet? Do they have an app you can download and do social media stuff on? Do they? I don't know. But there's many promises made here, and they take a long time to build, and a lot of people get way ahead of themselves. So Lagrange Labs, I'll just read the description. We've been over it several times. Protocol is a cross-chain infrastructure that enables the creation of generalized state proofs across all major blockchains. Infrastructure. I could see this being very infrastructure. I don't see the average retail person caring about that one bit. Certec. Certec is an auditing project, company, whatever you want to call them, right? Security firm is what they call themselves, but they're for like hackathons to find bugs. They're for, you know, a new project comes out, they want to prove that they're legitimate and they've done the right things. They hire somebody to audit. It's all about the reputation of the auditor, though, because auditors could be bought and sold. We don't know. They've raised $240 million at this point, though. That's really interesting, and they have some backing from YZI Labs, which was previously Binance. See, that chat slowed down a little bit. How's everybody feeling out there? Then we got Swarm Network. Do you know what a swarm is? Do you know how it fits into the world of AI agents, agentic networks, all of those things? It's exactly what you would think it is. It is about Swarm Network dedicated to building a multi-agent collaboration framework that empowers individuals to own, manage, and monetize AI agents. What is better than one AI agent? Many, hundreds, thousands of AI agents. Right? You could give them all separate tasks instead of worrying about one trying to do everything. Now, this is new on the radar. I've never heard of this. It looks really interesting. And, oh, look at those custom emojis. Every time I see them, I'm like, yep, beautiful. All right, QORPO World. Very strange name, way too many letters, kind of confusing. Is a platform for democratizing gaming and merges advanced Web3 features under one roof. Okay, well, I'm down with the gaming. That's for sure. Oh, this thing's been out for a while. Let's move it to the weekly. It's a lot of weeks it's been out. Whoa, this thing is crashed. I think we need to go to the monthly. Let's go to the 1 month. All right, so this thing came out February 1st, 2024. It's been out for a while. It was as high as $1.22, and it is now, what is it now? It is now 0.006. So this thing is Dunsky, right? This thing is done. It's been up to 41 million. It is at a market cap of 3 million. I'm not excited. It's been around too long. You know, I'm going to pass on this one. Don't know why it's trending. Maybe I'll miss the boat, but I have no idea why you would be interested in an old coin like that that's underperformed for such a long time. Toshi Network is a decentralized coordination layer for intelligent systems. We've looked at this quite a few times, a platform that enables machines, agents, and networks to synchronize in real time without centralized control. So a decentralized Oracle data network feed for AI agents. They've raised about $3 million. I think they need more money than that in order to pull off what they're talking about. All right, sup bros and girls. Can you go deep dive humility on Jupiter? Jupiter, please. Super typo. Yeah, I got you. So the project is humility. Can you give me a ticker, Drizzy? Can you give me a ticker on that so I make sure I kind of get the right one? 4.2 million raised for Coinbase. And Coinbase is a platform designed to process stablecoin payments and using programmable transaction rules. So this thing is about payments. This would be infrastructure, niche, payments. Bank Tech Venture is one of their number one backers. They have $4.2 million. And it's just like, Visa or something like that. This is payment processing. Not very retail exciting, but something you definitely would want to use. They only have 552 followers, very small, 3.9 thousand impressions, pinned post from December 9th, 2025, talking about Coinbase, we build the infrastructure that enables institutions to use stablecoins for real payment operations with the trust and control auditability that they require. Sounds cool, but it doesn't look like they have the attention nor the money to necessarily pull that off. Best of luck to them. I covered it. That's what I needed to do. No, humanity. That's what I thought you meant. I thought that's what you meant. Hello, Epic community. Let's find some gems. Well, we're going to look at humanity here. TM Hustlin' in the house says, yo, hope everyone is having a good night. We absolutely are. We're up to 2 super chats out of our 5 super chat goal there. That means the chat is running. We're going over a bunch of projects. Like it's a good night. I got the energy rocking, feeling great. It's been a good night so far. Welcome in. Smash that like button, subscribe, and there is a link to our Discord in the chat. Pin chat. Paxi Network. This was interesting. Paxi Network is a layer 1. If we go all the way down, they should have a description for us. Paxi Network is a layer 1 blockchain network that enables individuals and communities to freely participate in its operation. Users can validate and secure the network. The network has built-in support for DeFi, DAOs, cross-chain interaction, and dApps. Let's go see what kind of attention they have. I believe that they had said something about gaming, and look, they're really small. The market cap right now, 1 million, but it's only ever been as high as 3.8 million, so they do good branding and stuff. This thing could pop. November 14th, 2025. Not terrible amount of time ago. I don't know if that's a good way to say it. Congrats, Underground. Thank you very much. Shout out to TM Hustlin', always dropping by. I appreciate you, brother. Same with Drizzy TV. Glad to see you here. And I am going to humanity for you right after this project, so with no delay. A layer 1 general purpose blockchain, fast, secure, fully decentralized, powering DeFi, DAOs, cross-chain. We already read that. Pin post, December 15th, 2025. Paxi Pump, a fair launch engine ignited by the community. Paxi Pump is a community-driven token, so I'm very happy to see that it's fair launch. They have this video here. I don't know what the heck it's talking about. Looks like it's maybe showing somebody buying some of it. 20,000 impressions, only 15.4 thousand followers, only 148 posts. This thing is new. I don't really know how I feel about it yet. We'll have to kind of continue to watch it. Sometimes I feel like I get a really good read right away, and sometimes I feel like I don't. Paxi is a layer 1 general purpose blockchain. You can, this one I thought was cool because you can, if you think this might do something, you can get involved with a node right away. Nodes generally earn for being a part of the network. You could call it mining. It must be proof of work in that perspective. Let's go look at its categories. Do they give it a proof of work? Proof of stake. So it's actually proof of stake. The blockchain is Osmosis. And the Cosmos ecosystem, Cosmosis, they go right hand in hand. This is very interesting. I really don't know what kind of attention Osmosis has, although I do see it pop up a lot. So if I could get into a node and generate some of this token, maybe it would be worth it. I don't know. All right, so he said he wanted to go to Jupiter. Looking for Jupiter, not humanity. Oh, okay. I got you. Deep dive on Jupiter, please. Sorry about that. I will definitely go look at Jupiter for you. Let's go back to CoinGecko, my favorite place. And let's see, it should pop up. Jupe. All right, so we'll cover a few things here, and I'll do my best to do a very thorough run through of Jupiter. So January 30th, 2024, I'm pretty sure I remember when this thing came out. It came out at about 66 cents. Right now we're at 19 cents. That is down 70.3% overall for the project. Again, this is measuring its token generation event, because before they generate a token, we can't really measure anything to do with the price action of a token that isn't generated. I hope that's very simple for you to understand now. It was a project before then. They probably had a Twitter account. They probably posted, but that's not what we're looking at here when we say January 30th, 2024 at 66 cents, $626.8 million in market cap. Let's run down these tokenomics a little bit. 10 billion max supply, 3.1 billion circulating supply. When you look at the max supply to the circulating supply, you're thinking in the terms of ratio or percentage of how many of the coins are out. But you will see on some tokens, when we have the data available, you'll see an outstanding supply. Well, we did a little bit of deep diving one day, and we figured out what outstanding supply really means. So the circulating supply is really what is actually in the ecosystem or the market of this coin circulating right now. Outstanding shows the amount of coins that have also been minted. They've been minted, but they're not in circulation, right? So what this signals, or can signal, is a bunch of coins that could potentially come onto the market or the circulating supply at some point in the near future. This can be, oh, and they actually gave us a breakdown. I love this, right? Because not all of them give you this breakdown. So you have an estimated outstanding supply of 4.2 billion. You have community reserves, which would be 300 million, a strategic reserve, which is 1.3 billion, and Juperi, which must be some kind of Juperi or whatever, must be some kind of product that they have or something that they use, and there's a billion tokens allocated to that. So really what this is telling you between circulating supply and outstanding supply is that there are coins that are minted, because when you have a max supply, it's 10 billion. You have to realize that not all those tokens are not minted yet onto the blockchain. Circulating supply are tokens that are minted onto the blockchain, and that defines how much the price is when you take the number of the market cap, the amount of money, and divide it out of how many coins are in circulation. Then you will get the price per unit or per coin or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't really matter. But this outstanding supply gives you a different understanding of what could soon come on the market or on the actual network, but doesn't mean that they will. They have a strategic reserve. I don't know when they're going to implement all of those on the strategic reserve. Nobody probably does. So keep these things in mind. All right, Solana ecosystem, also a Unichain ecosystem, which is very rare. I don't see that one a lot. So we do have a website. We'll pull that up, but we're not ready to go to that quite yet. Wallets, they have a Gem wallet, Explorer, Solscan, so they're mostly on Solana. We should know that. Let's pull up the Twitter, and let's look at the categories. So decentralized exchange, there you go. That should tell you a lot. Perpetuals, a launch pad. So it is definitely financial. It's definitely infrastructural, DeFi, decentralized finance. And so if you've ever used Jupiter, then you know what it is. It's like a swap, but it also would be more referred correctly as a decentralized exchange, as it is not a centralized exchange. Coinbase is a centralized exchange, just to compare there. Let's hop over to their Twitter. 611,000 followers. That's pretty much what I would expect from Jupiter. If you're a Solana type person or you deal with Solana ecosystem a lot, Jupiter should be pretty much household name at this point. There's not a lot of them that are as big as Jupiter. 28.5 thousand members in their community, and the pin post is from 9 hours ago. Looks like a well-filmed, high-quality video. Day 20 of why you need to use Jupiter Mobile. And then they have a product lead, Aaron. We didn't know how to fill day 20 of his campaign, so we asked Aaron 13 questions and filmed it. There you go. If you want to know a little bit more, you could put that on. It is 3 minutes and 48 seconds. I don't think that you I don't think you want me to play all of this, but maybe you do. Maybe we should watch this. Let's see. If everybody do me a favor, we're going to play this video, and I want to make sure that you can hear it. When you decide that you're done with this video, right? You decide, I don't want to hear this video anymore. That's when I want you to put a 111 in the chat so that I know you're done with this video. You don't want to hear it. You can put it right now if you want. If you know that you don't want to hear this video, just throw a 111 in the chat. That would let me know. Says, thanks, bro. Absolutely. Anything for the community, anything for anybody who comes to the channel and actually participates. Bought some jupe today at 19 cents. I can't share much knowledge because I'm learning crypto till 6 months, but I can give you big positive vibes and support with heart. Hey, that's awesome, man. That's more than enough. And hopefully I help get you where you are trying to go. So Motivation Hero, feel free to ask questions. If there's anything I can really, help you explain or understand, I'll explain. Talking too fast. That's what's up. Underground deserves all the support. Great dude. Appreciate you saying that. We do have our new membership button with custom emojis. If you want to support the channel, you can always drop a super chat or buy that custom emoji pack. It is $2.99 per month. Thank you very much. It meant a lot. Absolutely. All right, let's watch this video. I didn't see any 111s yet. Yeah, sorry, I just realized I have my mic muted. I don't think you could hear me. No volume. And don't worry, I'm messing with the volume of the music. Are these like old school movies where there's subtitles? We don't hear you. Yep, I only hear music. Just trying to get you guys to run up the chat, that's all. No, I'm just kidding. Just music. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I just had to listen for a minute to how things were going, the music level and stuff. Let me know if the music level's good, mic level's good, all of that stuff. This wasn't very interesting. I thought he might talk a little bit about something, and he's not talking about nothing. So let's continue on our talk about Jupe here. So what is Jupe's main function? Well, As far as I knew, it's for swapping, right? So if I come here and I got some USDC or USDT, I mean, they probably have mostly everything in here. I got some ETH, I got some Fartcoin, and I want to swap it into Solana, or I want to swap it into just about anything else in the Solana. I want some Pangu, right? Well, you could flip it. So if I had 10 or 100 of Fartcoins, then you would see how many Pangu you would get. You would see how much dollar value it is. Classic decentralized exchange type stuff. We got an airdrop checker. Proof of humanity required. Very interesting. You can airdrop check up to 1 wallet. Okay, so they had an airdrop and things. They also have perpetuals. You should know how perpetuals work, right? ETH, the RAP BCC. Do they have anything else? Can I go to other stuff? So it's just RAP BTC, ETH, and Solana is all I can trade on here. That's crazy. Let's go to, oh wow, so you can go to 250x on BTC on all of them. So you can get up to 250x. That's kind of cool. All right. From there, they have the lending protocol, right? You can earn. I do not agree to anything, so they won't even let me look at it. Whatever, I accept. I'm not gonna borrow any money anyway, so it's fine. So it looks like earn interest on your crypto. So this is earn, right? So this is a lend protocol, but you can stake with them. You could earn up to 6.1% on Jupe. Usually when you come over to a place like Jupiter or, you know, Orca or any decentralized exchange, usually the pair or the pool or the staking of their coin is going to give you the highest APY. That's just pretty much how it goes. 6.2 is not horrible by any means. I would say Jupiter's probably, you know, when it comes to trustworthy, 1 out of 10, I'd give it like an 8. You can actually borrow though. That would be the lending part of it. And so you'd come down here, you have to have collateral. You got to prove your collateral. There's all kinds of those things. I've never taken a crypto loan before, so, you know, however that goes. We have multiply. I don't know what multiply is. That could mean a lot of things here, and I could spend way too much time trying to figure that out, but they do have a how it works button, so that's cool. Multiply lets you increase your exposure to an asset by looping collateral and debt within a single position, allowing you to amplify yield or market exposure while managing risk in one place. How it works. See, is this a long video? It's 2 minutes. All right.
Yields on your token is great, but you know what's even better? Multiplying them with a single.
Multiply with a single. Let's borrow supply without having to do it manually. Loop it yourself. It's the easiest way to get leveraged exposure and boost your yields. Let's see how it works. This is your dashboard, and it's going to give you everything at a glance. I don't know if you can hear anything.
It filters for other assets like Sol, BTC. Each card shows the max multiplier, the APY, and the liquidation ratio. To get started, just pick a loop that you say Sol and Sol for a juicy 19% of max multiplier, and then click multiply. That'll take you into your position. Jupiter's 100x improvement in our liquidation engine lets you run industry-leading LTVs from confidence. Use the slider to choose your multiplier. Anything from a mild 1.5x to the max that is shown. You'll see your projected collateral, your debt, your LTV update instantly. Careful here though, higher LTVs come with higher liquidation risk, volatile pairs. Then all you gotta do is click multiply. Approve the transaction and Jupiter executes the looping swaps for you all in one. No manual borrowing, swapping, or resupplying needed. After your position is created, you can deposit more collateral or repay debt, or even unwind to exit the leverage in one click. Position health bar updates in real time so that you can act before the risk gets too high. I got 2 pro tips for you. The first one, unwinding your position does not actually close it. It just reverses the looping by using your collateral to repay it. You'll still have the collateral left in its underlying borrowing position, ready to be withdrawn from the borrower. Pro tip number 2, the peg vault has much less risk than the volatile vault. For example, the Jupe Sol vault runs on the on-chain Oracle, so you don't have to worry about market price fluctuations. This means you can safely take more leverage on the peg vaults than you would on a volatile pair. That's Jupiter Multiply, leverage yield and single loop, powered by the same risk controls that make Jupiter lend in the best place to play. Pick a loop, set up a multiplier, and start amplifying your assets today at jupe.ag/lend/multiply.
All right, and I hope you got that. I'm gonna get a little bit better at playing videos and putting the sound down and stuff like that. I don't play them a lot of videos, so there you go. And you got refinance, transparency, statistics, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. They have a prediction market. Who will Trump nominate as Fed chair? You could get in on that. Pro football championships. I mean, prediction market. So it looks like, and I haven't been on Jupiter in a while, I'm going to be honest. It looks like they have really stepped it up with all of these different features. I think that's really cool, from crypto, sports, politics, economics, tech. They have a lot of stuff. That's really cool. So if you feel like you know something's going to happen, you could get into the betting on that. Yo, actually, let's go to predict. Let's go to politics. And do they have one for the tariffs? Okay, they don't have one for tariffs here. That should be like at the top of the list. Anyways, that is Jupiter as the actual product, as the actual website that is Jupiter. And then, of course, you can get Jupiter pretty much anywhere. Bitmart is one that I highlight a lot. There's a link in the description to Bitmart if you want another place to buy and sell cryptos. Sometimes they're hard to get into. KuCoin. I haven't had any trouble in the US with Bitmart, so I assume that you're good there. KuCoin, I'm sure Mexi is on here. There's 21, guys, there's 21 pages of exchanges that you can buy Jupiter on. So you should not have any trouble buying Jupiter. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on Coinbase. I'm sure that it is. Underground, I didn't understand. Dodo. Time to accelerate. No volume, bro. That's Ignite on Flare. Yeah, if you're talking about the video, there was sound. It was just really low. So, can Flare do my taxes? Can I appease my wife? It appeased my wife. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think you're going to get that out of Flare. Anyways, I'm going to introduce the topic of the night. We're not going to jump into it yet. It's not the IQ raising part of the night yet, but we are going to introduce it. Think about how you interact with crypto. You don't run a node, read raw blocks of data, or talk to validators. You open your wallet. That wallet becomes your homepage, your browser, and your bank. So whoever controls that is controlling your experience in crypto. So keep that in mind. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the power of wallets and what really is going on when it comes to wallets. All right, get rid of that. Hop back over here. So, Melissa, do me a favor and put in the chat those 2 or 3 or whatever projects you want me to take a look at so that I can do those for you and make sure that I don't skip out on that. KuCoin is good for Canada. Okay, I used KuCoin for a long time, but yeah, I have the Palau ID, which allows me to KYC for pretty much any exchange in the world, and there is a link to that down in the description. I haven't talked about it in a long time, but if you want to have some confidence in your ability to use a certain exchange that you like, maybe it's Binance or something like that, you might want to look into that Palau ID. It is about $200 for a Palau ID. All right, we're gonna pull up these top gainers and we will bounce back over here to crypto rank. We got a lot of things going on. We were making our way through our list here. I did want to make sure that I did the stuff that Melissa wanted. So let's look at ARK. She contributes way too much to this community to not get on what she wants us to look at. AI ring complex. Okay, now this thing I saw was getting a little bit of a pump the other day. 72 million in market cap, 999.9 million, so a little less than $1 billion, fully vested almost. It's short like a couple hundred coins. We're gonna call that fully vested, right? 24-hour trading volume was 25 million. So it's definitely getting some trading volume. It's getting some attention there. We have a Solana contract. Looks like a pump.fun contract. So that I don't like right away. I don't like that right away. For a serious project. Now, maybe they're a meme coin. Infrastructure, AI agent launch pad, and a pump.fun ecosystem. little bit off-putting with the pump.fun if you're trying to be a serious project. Now, I understand the whole IP rights and stuff like that. I get why that would be attractive, but if it hurts your overall narrative of your coin, I don't think it's a good thing. We take the red pill and then the blue pill. Okay, they need to take a chill pill is what they need to take. Enter the complex. So you got ARC, Rhizome, you got the light paper, and Explore. Let's go to Explore, right? So they have all kinds of things rocking. Rig framework. Remember, this is all about, AI. So it's going to be a little on the techie side. ARC Complex. ARC Token, a fair launch token that aligns incentives, fuels open source development, and rewards meaningful contribution. AI and blockchain ecosystems, the broader environment that supports AI-based deployments and on-chain integration, extending the capabilities of RIG. Continuous innovation loop, the cyclical engine of experiments, meme-tick adoption, and community-driven enhancement. Okay. So they're all in there with all the memes, right? Where are we at? ARC. What is this other one? Oh, the redemptionarc.io. I just wanted opinions about the coin of the project. LOL, a chill pill. Melissa, is this the right project? Is this what you wanted? The Redemption Arc? I feel like that's a different project, isn't it? Let's bounce back here. Do I have the right one? You did give me the website. Let me go grab that. Okay, yeah, so this is totally different. Let me pull it so I have so many things up. It's ridiculous. Takes a lot of tabs and things to run a show. All right, so this is actually what she wanted. Get rid of that other one. So the redemption arc. Now, I'll tell you that most of the time these types of narratives are rug pulls, usually. But I don't know. I mean, it could be one. It could be a legitimate project. They said we're finished, left for dead, in the bear market's wake, portfolio decimated, dreams shattered, but every great story needs its darkest hour. The spark, in the cold, we found each other, strangers became allies. Around the flickering flames, a shared conviction, a community was forged in adversity. This is like very typical storyline stuff here. Let's see, 100% circulating. Is it fair launch? Fair launched, community owned, liquidity locked, zero tax. If all of this is true, that's a good start. The Awakening, fair launch on Solana, community formation, social channels established, and initial market push, and they're over here in the Rise. A decentralized listing expansion is where they are now. Let's go to tokenomics. Oh, this was the tokenomics. Okay, usually we have like a nice pie chart or something like that. I mean, I guess that's the tokenomics. So I want this arc. What is the ticker on this thing? It's ARC, right? All right, let's go to crypto rank, see if we can grab it there. I'm not finding it in a lot of places, so that means this thing is really, really, really tiny. All right, so you have it over on Jupe. This token is not verified. Make sure the mint address is correct before trading. Seems really small. I'm not a huge fan of these kind of like very emotional narrative, because what are they contributing? This is a good example, actually, most of what we've been talking about a lot. Yes, no, yep. A game? Question mark? Not sure. Tokenomics, please. I think it's a community coin. It's on Dex Screener. I'm sure it is on Dex Screener. Let's go ahead and let's pull this on Dex Screener. All right, we want to search ARC. One thing I was going to say is we've talked a lot about why certain coins do really well and why some don't. And one of the things is a use case, right? Some big problem that they fix. Now, they have been pumping, so there's that. We're on the daily. Let's go to maybe the hour. So it's been very up and to the right. I don't know. There's only $2 million in market cap. Liquidity is only 146,000. If you were taking a very small gamble, it might not be bad. But here's what I've seen a lot of times when they have no product, they have no solution to a problem, and they have nothing to offer you but simply a storyline, a narrative, or an emotional attachment to the project. Those things usually don't last. They rug pull because they probably were rug pulls from the beginning, like those kind of things. So I just want to point that out first and foremost. I personally wouldn't touch this unless you really got into their Discord and stuff like that, and I actually really believed in their community. But it's so easy to promise you a million things. Like any good scam artist or anybody like that, they're gonna definitely sell you the moon, So I don't really have a lot to say about it, though. It's just it's a redemption arc, right? It's like an anime show or something like that. That's what they're really coming from. And I just don't think it's the one to be this great redemption. But anyways, that's just my opinion. I appreciate you bringing it up. I definitely, I don't want to seem like I'm super negative on it. It just caught my eye, and it might pump. It's only at $2 million, right? It's only at $2 million, so it easily could pump. Wait, go see the decks. Go see on decks. You might have more info. Looks like it'll dump. Not in coin, was just curious about it. Okay, I thought so. I didn't think you owned it. Looks like it's in the process of dumping, LOL. Caught in the act, maybe. Or caught my attention today. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll always give you my honest opinion. All right, and was there another project, Melissa? I'll get us back over to where we were in the meantime here. Coins, trending. Oh, we were already there. All right, so let's go down. I think we covered most of the things on this side. We did. Let's go over here. Went over Fogo a bunch. I'm not going to talk about it tonight. We have Sent or Sentient. I mean, Sentient definitely implies a lot of things. Definitely AI. Like catching a shooting star and it just keeps going. UG putting these coins on blast. Hey, I just got to give you my honest opinion. Matt and I were watching the huge Tokyo dump live the other day. LOL, it was a lot of fun. There you go. Well, I hope you guys are utilizing that voice chat. So, Cent is currently trading on the pre-market. Please proceed with caution and do your own research. No market cap as of yet. All-time high, though, 286 million. So it's been as high as 286 million, but you have no idea how much money is in the project right now. That's kind of weird. It launched yesterday at not 19 cents, 0.019, so almost 2 cents. Let's go take a look at their Twitter, see what kind of attention they got rocking. Underground, River. Okay, I will look at River. It was just a game, but I put it in the game section for Friday's stream. Okay, thank you very much. So wait, the redemption arc is a game? I'll have to check that out. Oh, the other thing was a game. Maybe that's what you meant. All right, sentiment. To ensure the artificial general intelligence is open source and not controlled by any single entity. 583.9 thousand followers, followed by Sin City Crypto. 307,000 impressions ready to get sent. Okay. 11 hours ago, 91,000 impressions. January 16th, 37,000 impressions. What is this? Consensus HK edition? Okay. We're going to need to go look at their website because I'm not really sure what the heck they're talking about here. I know it's AI. And we do have Sentient is an open source All right, they changed it on me. Sentient is an AI research organization fostering a new open AGI economy for AI builders and creators. I'm going to stop there because I'm probably going to make your guys' head hurt just reading all that techie stuff. The home for an open source AI reasoning, where open source agents are built, tested, and improved by teams across research industries. So this seems like it's all about collaborating with people who are in AI in some form. Introducing Sierra, state-of-the-art crypto agent, beating closed source systems like ChatGPT and Gemini. So they're saying ChatGPT and Gemini are a closed source system, and they have what, an open source system? Introducing Roma, the world's first reasoning framework for building powerful recursive AI agent. Sentiment wins AI Startup of the Year in 2025. So this does strike me as a real project, doing real things. It strikes me as infrastructure for AI and agentic networks, our research at the frontier of reasoning. So it seems like they're very big on improving or moving the needle or the goalpost forward on AI and all of the tech and understanding and code and all the stuff that goes into AI autonomy agentic networks. Hopefully that is a good enough breakdown here. Building the grid, open source frontier AI. Build, test, iterate, apply for funding. That must be their incubation for if you have a project. This thing seems like it's really big and it could take a lot of time to get through. But all you really need to know is this is in the category of AI, and then it's niched down into, say, how do I want to say it? AI reasoning for sure. That'd be the shortest way to explain it, but it's about research, right? It's about moving the technology forward, collaborating with other people who are in AI. Sentient. I mean, I think sentient really does say it all, right? Because what is sentient about? Real AI should be sentient. ChatGPT and those things are like super Google on steroids. They're not sentient. They don't have spirit. They don't have a soul. All right. So he says, Underground River is about to pop. River, river, river. Hey, he's running up the chat. I'll take it. Underground got the eye of a tiger for the crypto scams. A little bit. Our coin is not a game, it's a community coin. Yeah, for sure. I figured out what you were saying. I put a new game link in the section. It's a slap-based game. Yeah, I did catch that briefly. River just caught the 21 over the 200. You know what that means. All in. All right, let's go hop over to TradingView and take a look at River real quick. Blues guy is all over it. Thank you very much. Let's see, TradingView. There we go. And let's pull. That flag is still coiling up. Let's go over to here and let's pull some River. You can see this did not play out for IP at all, but we were flagging it very early on there. Let's delete all of that. Bang. All right. So let's see if we can get River on the radar here. Why do I have cap locks on? Okay. And let's look at it. Perpetuals on Binance. I like that. And let's go to the 1 minute. Oh yeah, it's above the 200. Let's go to the 3, I think. Oh wow. And the 5. And the 15. Yeah, this thing is pumped, but I would say it's quite a distance away from your 21. I mean, take a look. Got away from the 21, came back. Got away from the 21 on the downside, came back. Got away from the 21 here, came back. Get away from the 21. What do you think is going to happen? Probably going to come back to that 21. If it goes any higher, I would say it goes just slightly above this wick, grabs liquidity, and then comes back down before it consolidates and maybe goes a little bit more crazy. 5 minute. I mean, one thing you could really do here is just pull a trend line, right? Trend line. If it breaks that trend line, maybe, get out if you were going to get in. And let's go down to that 1 minute. So I guess if you were going to flag this thing, what do you got? Something like this. So if this thing's going to keep running, that's kind of what I just said. Just get slightly above the previous, grab liquidity, come back down. But look, this is one thing I don't like. See, I like to get into things more like over here. Look at this wick, or this, channel with your measured move. Above the 200, hitting the 21, that would have slapped. And then notice that when it hit that measured move, that's when it started consolidating again for a little bit. And I know we're just on the 1 minute chart here. So here you go. Maybe you're getting the bounce. You met the 21. But the farther you become away from that 200 on the 21, I don't know. It's almost like the 200 becomes relevant to the 21 on other time frames. Like if you go to the 15, right? And so I would say this thing could get up to like $47.46. Back to the 1 minute. Just keep a look. It's definitely in that channel. And that's just kind of what I see going on for River. But I'd be weary of the 21 on like the 15. I mean, let's look at the hour. Look how far away it is from the 21 on the 1 hour. That can be a little sketchy. So tight stop loss, in my opinion. If I was going to try to trade this thing, my stop loss would have to be right here. And that would be, I would consider that a deep stop loss on, a 1 minute chart or something like that. So I'd put stop loss something like, 4 or 5. But the thing is, at this point, can you really even get a 3-to-1 here? All right, but let's go down to our stop loss. Yeah, so it's like a 0.8 to 1 ratio. So you'd have to be, maybe positioned under here, give you a 2-to-1. It's just not enough risk to reward ratio on a small 1 minute candle like that. And if you go to the 15, I don't really see a pattern here. I just see a big breakout. Like I don't see anything that I would try to get into right now. Cup and handle. You definitely have that cup and handle on the 15, but it looks like I would be a little late to the party here right now. And then you would have your handle. Something like that with a measured move. Has a pretty big measured move though. Maybe it can move a little bit more than I think, up to like 50. And that's just what I got going on for River off of the top of my mind. I'm just freestyling there. All right, let's take a look at Bookmap. So let's pull this thing up. I pulled it up a little bit too early. Oh, nice. He said he got in at 42. $50 would be very good for you then. Absolutely, it would be. What's up with these presets? I don't like these presets. Unsubscribe. 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 Connections. Get rid of that. I just want Bookmap. And let's open up futures, CME, symbol. What is this crap? Wait. Exchange? What are we doing? Perps, multi-book, BTC. There you go. Says what levy you on? How much? What leverage you on? 400x minimum, right? Camp's hilarious. All right, look at this. So liquidity up to like 90,240. We're in a very tight zone with more under us down to like 90,000. But if you really zoom out, you will see 88,000 is where they want to go again. I'm tired of the to the downside liquidity. Let's put that liquidity up above. Just wanted to pull this up, do our due diligence, kind of show this a little bit. I'm going to back off the infrastructure. Well, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Let's back off that. a little bit. I haven't had time to really dial in any of these settings more than where I'm already at. All right, just wanted to show that for a minute. And we have 620 BTC at 88,000. So there's a high chance that we do go back to 88,000. Oh wow, did it never show you? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, he really wants me to look at this river. Yep, it's getting the pump. And we said it could go to 47. It's really a lot better for us to just come back and check it. We can't just sit here and stare at this 1 minute chart on River. Unless that's what everybody wants. He's definitely excited. Where are the blue ladies? Hey, we haven't done that in a while. Underground River Pump Live. Yeah, I guess so. Here, let me help it out. There you go. And you're getting some rejection here at the previous high over here. Now I would look for it to probably sweep this liquidity and then maybe pull back. Okay, bro, do what you got to do. Yeah, we'll check back in with it. I'll leave it up, but we'll see if we get back above that previous high there. And now I have even more stuff up. There we go. All right, we'll get back over here. Let's finish this. We already went over Hey Elsa. Noise we've been over too many times. Project 11. I want to look at these. Conex and Bitway. Conex is a technology platform designed to establish a marketplace for autonomous systems. So think of something like the App Store on your phone, a marketplace for AI agent type stuff. No token generation event as of yet. Let's go look at the X count. Building the GDP of autonomous systems, turning robot labor into on-chain liquidity, robot hire robot, trade AI, and settle in USD. This is KNX. 79.3 thousand followers. Pin post from January 20th. Got 292,000 impressions. Join the hub for the upcoming airdrop. So they're telling you check eligibility and maybe get in on the airdrop for this token. All right, now let's go check out the website. And we know it's a marketplace. Is it already functional? Again, always talking about having an actual product versus the promise of a product. Turning robot labor into on-chain liquidity. Intelligence needs connection, trust demands verification. Autonomous systems are a powerful yet isolated, no shared way to request work. That's a very weird way to say it. Autonomous systems are a powerful yet isolated, no shared way to request work. Oh, because they're isolated. Got it. Prove outcomes or access portable skills. Conex creates a natural market where robots agree to jobs, licensed, proven AI agents, AI intelligent on demand, and settles results in stable coins. This is the start of turning isolated machines into coordinated fleets. So basically you could go to somebody who has a very well specialized AI agent and you could hire it for certain jobs. That's very interesting. You could have AI agents that you built or somehow have ownership of, and you could rent them out and make money. That sounds like a lucrative business right there. Proof of physical work. Independent validators turn sensors evidence into audit-grade receipts. Outcomes are provable. Payments unlock automatically. Universal task languages. Market-priced AI intelligence. Integration. Ready monitor. Provides enterprise-grade software and service for orchestrating beyond visual lines of sight. Okay. drone. So this is getting really techy. So why now? Cheap sensors, mass market computation, and abundant AI are here. Stable dollar rails make payouts predictable. The missing piece is a natural market and court for physical work. Conex is the market. So coordination and intelligence finally compounds. Very interesting. Can use these drones for architecture. Like you could take all of these different types of robots, right? And you could, you know, rent them out and stuff, I guess. I thought it was more for like AI agents, but I guess you could actually rent like swarms of drones for your agricultural fields, stuff like that. It's on the radar. They've raised 15 million. And then we have Bitway, and then we'll wrap up the what's trending part. We've been almost on this for like 2 hours. So waiting for the pullback. Nice, man. Well, good night. All right, looks like Camsta's out of here. Have a good night, Camsta. Thank you for being here. Good game, Blues guy. Good night, Peter Pan. Hilarious. Fly Peter. That's hilarious. Don't let your lady keep you down, boy. That's hilarious. All right, Bitway. BTW is the ticker. Bitway is a layer 1 blockchain protocol designed for Bitcoin-based applications. It allows users to continue using their existing Bitcoin wallet, support Taproot, native SegWit, and Bitway native addresses without needing EVM wallet or bridging. This is Bitcoin DeFi. I wish Bitcoin DeFi would do well, but I haven't seen that pan out yet. Good night. Thanks for being here. Blues guy says robots suck. Okay. Well, they're coming, man. The internet capital gateway connecting on-chain liquidity to global opportunities. And I don't really know how I feel about robots either. I mean, if they could do some work around my house, I'll let them work, but they can't stay here. 163.5 thousand followers. Let's see, 84,000 impressions since January 20th. Let's go to the website on this one here. The Internet Capital Gateway. Access institutional grade opportunities. Connect on-chain capital to global opportunities, powering the next generation of on-chain finance through transparent multi-strategy yield infrastructure. We got DTrafi. So that's a very different term. DTrafi, I guess is how you say it. Terrible with reading things for the first time. Simply earn on BNB chain and other EVM chains. Yield on stablecoin terms. Delta neutral hedging strategies. Institutional grade asset custody and normal and flash redemption. Native BTC financing. Gas fee payment. App chains. EVM and Wasm smart contracts. Support scalable infrastructure for high frequency apps. All right, it's BTC DeFi here. Services not allowed in your region. Great. Because I didn't feel like going over it anyway. Just being honest. I'm really out on Bitcoin DeFi. It's never seemed to really amount to much. And from there, we are going to run into... Oh, it got the rejection. I'll have to show it real quick. This is pretty much what I thought would happen at that all-time high. Is it got rejected. And there's your trend line. Now it's a matter of, look how it just bounced off of that trend line like it was programmed to do. If it loses this trend line, back down to the 200 in all likelihood. And it did not want to get a new high, so then if you go to like the 5 minute or something like that, you basically have a double top, even though it's only on a wick. All right. And that's that. We'll check back in with this. It could pop from here. It could bounce from there for sure. All right. Our crypto raising IQ event of the night starts right now. Everybody, smash the like button and put your thinking caps on. Good, because I closed it. Hey, good job. All right, so where am I headed? I have too many tabs up. There we are. All right, cool. All right, so think about how you interact with crypto. You don't run a node most likely, and you don't read raw data blocks. You don't talk to validators. You open your wallet, and that wallet becomes your homepage, your browser, and your bank. So whoever controls that or controls your experience shapes reality for you. Most users never change RPC endpoints, swap providers, or token lists. Now, we talked about what RPC endpoints were yesterday. Hopefully you remember. They trust defaults, and defaults are chosen by wallet teams, partnerships, and business incentives. Which tokens you see, ever notice, some tokens appear and others don't. That's a curated list, spam filters, and compliance decisions. Visibility equals legitimacy. In-app swaps. Wallets route trades through specific decentralized exchanges, preferred partnerships, and aggregators. So if they're controlling, kind of steering the flow of funds and transactions, then they can control who wins and who loses in this space. They collect fees, decide routing, and shape liquidity. Collecting fees. Anytime money is involved, you will have people doing what is best for them and them making money. Cross-chain routing, right? Bridges shown in wallet aren't natural. They're business deals, and userability drives where the capital flows. RPC controls. Wallets choose your RPC, which is like the way that it's routed, you know, the way that it moves through your through the blockchain, and your access layer. That shapes censorship, outages, and tracking. Privacy illusions. This is kind of more what we were talking about last night. So we've introduced kind of the topic. Now let's get into it. Wallets track metadata, just think data, collects analytics, which is more data, and logs IPs. Not always in a malicious way, but it's power. Mobile wallet dominance. On mobile, you have fewer choices, more defaults, and app store control. Gatekeepers will stack wallets, operating system, and the app store. Wallets as media platforms. Wallets now show trending tokens. So now you have ads, basically, right? They can try to make something popular by making it like the #1 thing you see in the wallet. That could influence your decision on getting into something. NFTs and featured decentralized applications. They are discovery engines and marketing channels. So incentives, so basically anywhere that a lot of attention goes, ad revenue flows. Wallets make money via swap fees, partnerships, data, and ads. They're a business, so a wallet is a business. It's not just there to make sure that you're able to move your money around. There is a business model around the devs that they hired to build the thing out. Everything they were doing was for a business. All right. Why this matters? Because most users trust wallets. Wallets shape behavior, and decentralization happens above them. The trade-off, better userability equals more centralization. Worse userability equals more decentralization. Users always choose convenience, and that is why we don't have true decentralization in crypto. That's the honest truth. Core insight. In crypto, the interface layer controls reality, not the protocol. You don't have to live on chain. You live inside your wallet. And whoever designed that space designs your crypto world. Nice, short, sweet, a little bit on the techie side. Hopefully you were able to understand it. I guess get those Bitcoin brain emojis out. I will remake that thing at some point because I don't like the way that they smashed it. But it is what it is. Now let's go take a look at their top gainers, top losers over here on CoinGecko. All right, top gainers. What the heck is Sakuru? It was AAG Ventures and it's rebranded. Okay, it's 5 cents. It definitely dipped a lot. May 9th, 2024, nothing but dippage, was under a penny, and then now is just bounced to like 5 cents. Man, that would be a nice move. Let's go look at it on the 24-hour. 337%. Nice. If you bought this thing yesterday, if you bought this thing 25 hours ago, you would just be rolling. All right, let's see what else we talk about. 36.9 million in market cap, a billion max supply, circulating supply 702 million. So, like 3/4 of the way vested. They have their own contract address, Ethereum-based BNB and Optimism. That makes them a smart contract platform and a layer 2. Let's go to their Twitter, see what kind of attention they got going on here. I would assume probably not a lot. 155.1 thousand followers. That's more than I thought. Blockchain gaming platform and incubator. We offer full support from concept to launch, powering game devs with tools to build, publish, and promote their games. That's pretty cool. It's all about gaming. I don't mind that. No pin post. January 13th, 957,000. Sorry, 957. Not 1,000. Just 957. Views, impressions. They doesn't look like they get a lot of impressions at all. I don't know how they managed to get that many followers. They are followed by Aerodrome, though, so that's interesting. Each character in whatever this is actually a swarm of AI agents, and it was done to provide good user experience while preserving very complex logics, which makes each character truly unique. Each character is a swarm of AI agents? Neck is driving me crazy. All right. That's very interesting. Let's go take a look at the website. They have multiple. Is that the same website twice? All right. So add token, add network, connect. Let's go see what that first website was. Is it the same thing? No, it is different. So, that's in the portal. Okay. Empowering next generation blockchain gaming. Games powered by us. What do we got? We got Crypto Run. This might be an interesting thing to look at. Empire of Sight. I don't know. Can we actually play anything? No, that's broken. We got a Samurai Saga. I'm going to skip the promotional video. Diverse range of characters. NFTs from Samurai Saga are available for purchase. They have playing cards coming soon. Samurai Foods. Okay, the Pinnacle Dining. This is weird. Everything about this is weird. They have merch. I don't know why, because I don't know that anybody's ever heard of this thing. Maybe this is like a book, animated series and book. Okay. Well, I guess it's one of those things like if you know about it, you know about it, and if you don't, you don't. They have a demo you can download, so that's kind of cool. All right, so maybe this is a good place to check for. I'm going to keep this up. Maybe check for some games on DeFi Gaming. We'll come back to this. All right, so that was the top gainer of the day. 359% right now, behind Seekers 318%. So we had some pumpers today. Then we have this very Japanese, Chinese coin. I don't know what it is. Not going to look at it because it's probably all in another language. We have the white whale bouncing back with a 37.7% gain today. Power Protocol bouncing back 38.1%. And Guns at 32.8% bounce today, or pump, I should say. Let's go look at this thing on the max chart. Okay, it's starting to make some headway from these dumps down here at like a penny. Right now it's at 3 cents. 49.2 million in market cap. I like this coin a lot. I keep wanting to get into it, and I still haven't. And we've been over Guns a bunch of times. I don't want to spend time going over the whole thing of what Guns is. So that's pretty much it for top gainers, top losers. Clanker on the losers, but only down 7.5%. So hopefully that thing will get a bounce at some point. This Mine Network, top loser of the day, 30.2%. And these things change a lot. Like if I hit refresh, I can sit here and just refresh. And you will see the percentages change. You'll see the projects sometimes change positions. BurnedFi is like always in the top losers, man. That thing does not seem like it's doing well. All right. So this is usually where we transition into the underground crypto. That game looks solid. Yeah, we're going to probably check that out on Friday. It's fun to have you look at charts. You are gifted, and it gives more to the channel. Thanks for saying that, man. I appreciate that. We will look at charts pretty much as people want me to look at charts. I'll do it a little bit naturally, and then from there, people, I guess, will have to tell me what they want to look at. Still messing around with the Chainers Farm. We are moving now into the underground crypto hangout session in the night, where I get to rest my brain from all of this deep diving and researching. And now we can just talk about whatever we want to talk about. Shout out to everybody for being here. Shout out for the 2 super chats from Melissa and Blues Guy. Appreciate you greatly. And yeah. Oh, TM Hustlin's leaving. That was game. Have a good night, gang. Thank you, Underground, for all the work you put in. Absolutely, man. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello, hanging out with us for a while. And have a great night. I will be streaming again tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you then. See you in the morning, too, over on the Lifer channel, hopefully. All right. So like I was saying, we always do talk about some health stuff. I don't know. I'm into a lot of that stuff, and Blues Guy is too, so it just makes a lot of sense. I am on day 2 of the fast. I think Monday I ate a little bit of something. I had like a steak or something right after the stream. It was probably like 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock on Monday. So, you know, I'm a good 2 days in at this point. Yep, we're coming up 10:30, 11 o'clock now. That'll be like my 2-day mark. Feeling great. Not much more I can say about that. And, man, I love fasting. Never health advice, but I highly encourage you to do your own research and decide if maybe that would be good for you. Still messing around with this. There's nothing to do here except for to try to grab some of these characters. Why do they have to be so fast? At this point, it doesn't really matter because at least it gives me something to do. Oh, I see a yellow turtle. Let's go grab that yellow turtle. But I have everything besides these little random characters pretty much maxed out, right? I see something I can upgrade. I would love to see this game, you know, launch fully and have something to do. Bang, we upgraded this. But I don't know what it gives me. Like, what does it give me to do this? Oh, we can upgrade the turtles. What else can we upgrade? Can upgrade these guys. I'm going to actually run over to it. It's not as much fun. You're addicted to me. Like, I just kind of keep it up. But, yeah, I guess I'm addicted. I'd love to see more come out. I love DeFi. I just love gaming. But I can't really game if it's not DeFi because there needs to be some kind of earning prospect to me. The mind is going to start wanting to trick you now. Be strong. I'm good, though. I appreciate you, Blues Guy. And that's very true. That Blues Guy, you're so much like me in a lot of ways where like a lot of the things that you give advice are like the things I find myself saying to people all the time. Yeah. I'm usually solid after 24 hours. Hunger cravings completely go away. I'm not really thinking about food. The more I've fasted, the more I've got better at it. Like today we didn't go like full on grocery shopping, but I had to stop at Publix and get some stuff, you know, surrounded by a bunch of food. Didn't bother me one bit. My conviction level is high. I do find that there's many times that I try to go into a fast, and for like whatever reason, my conviction level just is like not there. And so I'll usually, you know, want to do like a 4-day, 5-day fast. I'll do like a day and a half, and then I'll end up eating something or something. But like this time and many other times, but then there's other times is what I'm trying to say where I'll go to do a fast and my conviction level is just naturally really strong. Like I didn't do anything special to be locked in. I just am. It's almost like, you know, I don't know, divine appointment or alignment or something. Like there's times where it's like, you know, I can tell that I really am supposed to be doing the fast, and other times where I'm like, I don't know, because I can't seem to get myself into it. Anyways, it's probably a lot to do with state of mind and those kind of things. Go 1 week, bro. Yeah, gladly. The longest fast I ever did, It was between, I can't exactly remember. It's like I usually say 11 days because I don't want to overestimate it. I feel like that's wrong, but I think it was closer to 12 days. It was like 11 and 3/4 or like barely 12, something like that. But anyways, the longest fast I ever did was like 12 days. I wasn't planning on trying to beat that or anything like that, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel and how it goes. I'm really doing it for the boost in clarity, cognition. I'm doing it for, health, of course, across the board. That thing where the body jumps in, and I always mess that word up. It's like autophagy or whatever, where your body starts to consume all the damaged and, broken cells and things like that in your body. Your body basically just starts consuming anything and everything that like is not worth keeping around, and that is really good for your body and the health of your body, in my opinion. So that's why I like to do it. And so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Since we're crypto family, I guess I could just, in the underground hangout part of the night, I can tell you whatever I want to tell you, right? And we could talk about whatever. Doesn't have to necessarily be crypto related. This is kind of the free form, freestyle part of the show, if you will. And this is, of course, the Fogo fishing. I'm going to switch it back to AutoCast here. So go 1 week. 40 is the optimum fast. You mean 40 days, right? You also play in that game. 2 weeks for me. Nice. River is about to go and try another time. Yep. After 3 days, bro. There you go. It's funny. The research I did said it started after, 2 days, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't think so, because I'm going to do it regardless. I think what they were saying is it just starts to kick in, and that it really goes into full effect after 3 days. So that really does line up with what you're saying. Yeah, I play that game. It's fun. At Blues. So I'm sure you're talking about the other one. I upgraded a lot of creatures last night. There you go. And I can't wait for them to add more things. The mind is going to want to trick you now. LOL, be strong. Absolutely. Definitely stay strong. And I'll let you guys know. And like I said, I've done enough fasting and stuff like that it's like, when I first started fasting, I would really beat myself up over any mistake that I made. Like, I remember one time I had started fasting and I made it like 2 days, which was like a lot for me because I had never done 2 days before, right? And you don't realize the level of addiction to food and stuff you have until you, till you really try to withstand from food. Anyways, I was like, I don't know, making lunch for my son or something, and like just completely autopilot, not thinking I ate something, right? So I broke my fast because I was like, oh, I ate something. I'm no longer fasting. Now I've had other times where like I do something silly like that, and I just keep fasting. Like, so what? I ate, half a head of broccoli on accident, because I wasn't thinking. I'm just going, and then I put it in my mouth, chewed it, swallowed it before I even oh crap, I'm fasting, I can't eat this piece of broccoli. But that's not really a good reason to completely stop fasting. That's my opinion there. But so you get better at it over time and learning not to be so overly crazy about things. Because what would it hurt? Like, yeah, maybe you could say I somehow took myself out of a fasted state. Oh, well. No big deal. I'm going to just keep fasting. I'll get right back in that fasted state. It's not like I'm eating an entire meal or something. And there's been other times where, like, I was fasting, like, trying to do, like, a 4 or 5 day fast. And then, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just over it and I didn't want to do it anymore. I got that, like he's talking about staying mentally strong, and I ate like a meal, not a heavy meal. It was like, some soup, some light soup with not a whole lot of stuff in it. And then I continued to fast after that for a couple of days. Still good for me. Regardless, it's still good for you. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking so much about fasting on a crypto channel, but welcome to the hangout. 。 . 。  . Oh man, did I just get hit by that rocket? That's not cool. Glad I smoked him. Panzer Dog's always a great way to end the show. Just playing a little bit of a fun game. If you're not Busy Blues guy, you can hop in. Otherwise, no stress. Don't worry about it. Oh, got him. All right. Yes, sir. 48 to 72 to max capacity. Yeah, buddy. Eat a bit mistake and you keep going. Exactly. Now, I know I'm on the right channel because I'm fasting too. You need to listen to your body and eat different foods, more color. There you go. Stay strong. You, all the years, 2026, we need to be strong together. Exactly. We got to get rid of all that junk, too, out the body. Let the body reset itself. Yes, welcome to our family, Motivation Hero. Absolutely. Yeah, welcome in. We do tend to talk a lot of health-type stuff in the hangout session of the night, so feel free to talk about whatever you want to at that point. Intermittent fast, like you do, is fantastic. I do, too. I only eat at 7 p.m. Yes, invite. I still do my routine. All right, yeah, I will invite you right now. Let's go. Thanks a lot. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Are you in the Discord, Motivation Hero? Oh, I've already invited you. I'll cancel it and invite you again. Yeah, hopefully you're in the Discord, Motivation Hero. I'd love to see you over there where we can chat about all kinds of things. We got a voice chat. We can talk. About whatever over there. Okay, good. Glad to hear that. Oh, he's not ready. We got to wait for him to be ready first. There it is. All right, let's go. So we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes streaming at the moment. I feel like I was talking at 1,000,000 miles an hour for a lot of the show. Yes, I'm in the Discord. Glad to hear that. 444 our luck. Nice. And Motivation Hero, where are you from? Where in the world do you hail from? And as always, thank you for being here. Oh, we lost Blues guy already? That sucks. And the funny thing is, like, the time where I'm, like, the hungriest every day is, like, normally, like, on a normal day. I don't feel hungry now because I'm past, like, my 24 hours. But, it's usually right after the stream, after sitting here talking and thinking so much and trying to, I don't know, keep people entertained, run a YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it, live streaming. That's usually when I'm, like, the hungriest all day. And if for some reason I don't stream, I'm not hungry at that time like I am when I actually stream. I don't know. I remember one time I saw an article about, I was going to say a survey, not a survey, but like some research they did where like how much calories do you burn like just talking for like an hour or two? It was really interesting. Apparently, talking actually burns quite a few calories. Just gabbing. Is that why girls who gossip are usually skinny? I don't even know if that's true, but I just put that together. Gossip girls would be talking a lot. We were all in high school. We all remember the girls who talked about everybody and everything. And guys, too. Don't get me wrong. There were plenty of guys who didn't know how to not bring up everybody's business all the time. But my point was, was that keeping them skinny? Were they burning calories? It's hilarious. All right, let's see. All in the world, you find some beautiful women. We are all connected. Okay. Solvangia? I don't even know how to say that. I'm from Florida. People are so nice. Welcome, brother. Thank you very much. Yep, it's true. We're all connected. Yes, underground, I'm lagging too much. All right, that's fine. Love this channel. Big support. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to play at least another round of Panzer Dogs real quick. Can hear my 1-year-old's having a really good time out there. Can hear her shrills of excitement when she's playing. You probably can't hear it because it's a dynamic mic, so hopefully you guys can't hear everything going on in the house. I try to keep them quiet, but it's hard to keep them quiet. All the kids quiet for that long, and the wife included. They'd be noisy. Oh, he said Trump's wife is from there. Okay. That's really interesting. That would be in Russia then, huh? Well, thank you for being here. It's awesome that you found the channel. Now, have you always lived there? Is that where you've always been from? Or did you move there at some point? Because I assume that you must at least understand English really well. I'm sure there's a lot of people in Russia that speak English. Don't get me wrong. There are in a lot of countries. Grab this laser. Hide out in the grass. Oh, they got the machine gun on the other side. Got him. Got him. Oh, somebody else killed him. And this is play to own for anybody who doesn't know. Like you win NFTs. As you play games, you get what's called scrap. You get a little bit of scrap for each game. And then you basically trade that in for NFTs. And those NFTs go to like upgrading your tank, stuff like that. Oh, he's trying to hide in this wall. Well done, sir. Well done. All right. Can we get another good kill? Yo, how did I lose my other laser? I never shot that laser. That's wild. I've never seen that. Like, I just lost the other laser. You get 2 shots. All right. There you go. I live in Germany 5 years. Okay. Oh, okay. He says, I love Germany. That was Blues Guy. Sorry, I'm getting people mixed up here. Oh, no, he did say I live in Germany. Okay. I won a little of Monad from LootGo walking app today. That's really cool. I still haven't won any Monad from it, but I don't use it as much as I should. I do forget about it. Too many things going on. And let's open up one of our packs here. Now that we have 1,000. And I can tell that it's nothing because it's a copper color. We want the rares. All right, with that, everybody, I'm going to hop off, and I hope everybody has a good night. It was a successful stream. 2 hours and 22 minutes of streaming was a lot of fun. As always, stay underground, stay crypto. I really appreciate everybody, chatting, participating. I really appreciate the super chats, the memberships that we've gotten. All of that stuff is really awesome. And another thing is I can schedule your live to switch to membership only. So I can actually flip this into membership only at some point too. I wonder if we could do even a little bit of spending some slots at the end of the stream or something like that. Epic stream, brother. Thank you very much. Stay strong and healthy, everybody. Blues Guy says underground. What's up, my man? All right, cool. And Blues Guy, you working tomorrow? You got to crash early? Stay strong, positive vibes. We need to grow and share. Thank you all for coming in, bro. Nice to meet you. Take care. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Stay underground. Stay crypto. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll continue this series. It's Thursday, and then we'll have DeFi Friday. The week runs quick. We'll keep an eye on the trades. Underground crypto. Out. See you in the Discord.